Whoa! Before we get to this part of the video, we need to understand.
So you won't believe what just happened.
What's happened in the last 24 hours? We flew from Zanzibar back to Dubai. As we had a layover in Nairobi, Kenya,
Our flights got delayed for 24 hours.
we decided to go out and explore. We stayed at the beautiful Ola Esoreni Hotel, which overlooked the beautiful Nairobi National Park.
Maybe I think there's a buffalo right here.
Oh my word! We also went to the giraffe center where we got to feed giraffes.
It tickles.
Upon our arrival to the airport, things took a slight turn.
So we've made it to the hospital.
So, I'm sitting here and there's no other way to explain this, but
Wait. I am here.
Leanne is here and she's fine.
We're sorry for ending the vlog last week, making you worry about us, but everything is alright.
Basically what happened is we got to the airport and Kenya Airways asked us for an entry permit in order to enter Dubai. But because we are residents, we did not need this entry permit, and even though we provided them proof, they still refused for us to get onto the plane.
Which basically meant that we needed to apply for this entry permit and get it within the next 2 hours, or we were going to miss our flights. We missed our flights, we ended up having to cancel it and rebooking it for the next day, which in turn meant that the COVID test that we did in Zanzibar would be invalid by the time we would board the flight.
So now we had to go back into Kenya 3 hours before curfew and go into a hospital and do a COVID test again.
COVID test number 3. Just finding a hospital that would actually do a COVID test for us and provide us with the results by the time we needed to fly was just a nightmare.
So we've made it to the hospital. We've been told to wait another 20 minutes.
But eventually we did get the COVID test. We found a hotel to stay at for the night.
So we have literally gotten into the hotel room and we are both dead.
And just had to wait for the next day. Right.
We had finally gotten our results, all is good. So we'll be flying out tonight.
Woo! Finally!
What a relief.
So we've come here to the Nairobi National Park where we're going to do a safari walk and we're going to see quite a bunch of animals. And
Well, we're hoping we see all the animals.
well, we're hoping, but this is kind of like a
Walking tour.
you walk on bridges like through the forest. This type of place is generally a rescue center for these types of animals.
So here at the Nairobi Safari Walk, they have like animals that showcase just what you can see across the country. And it's also separated into 3 ecosystems. So we have the wetland, the savanna, as well as a dry forest. So we should be seeing a lot of different types of animals and birds today.
So where we're first walking today is in the wetland habitat. I hope we see a crocodile because, I mean, who doesn't love seeing a crocodile?
We have a crocodile. We have some zebra and some buck here.
That is a pretty big buck.
So the zebra's name is Mary because they're normally named after the person who's rescued them. Shane, this is a tiny place for a cheetah to stay. There's supposed to be a cheetah in here, but we cannot find him. It's a small little pen. I'm sure they get treated well, but it kind of breaks my heart as I prefer not seeing animals in enclosures. But this is a rehabilitation center, so I know they're looking after the animals. But there is a cute ostrich.
Mostly we deal with orphans.
With orphans?
Yes.
Okay.
They come from the animal orphanage.
And then do you rehabilitate them and let them back into the wild or not?
No. Mostly we take them to the cemetery like this one. Or we take them to flagrant surgeries where there's a big space. The injured ones, we take them back.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Asante.
We've made friends with one of the tour guides and he's like calling the little giraffe now, so hopefully we get to see him and get to feed him. So I guess we'll be feeding giraffes again.
Leanne's favorite animal used to be an elephant, but I think it's slowly but surely turning into a giraffe.
I like elephants, but the giraffes that we fed yesterday were so cute.
His tongue's like sandpaper.
Our 48-hour layover in Kenya is starting to not seem too bad. What?
found the giraffe.
Oh,
So our guide actually went down to go and fetch the little giraffe, but shame, I don't want to disturb it, so I said to him not to worry as we had fed the giraffes yesterday and that little guy just wanted to be left alone. So the male's sitting close to the window over here, and then the female's against the fence a little bit down there.
these lions are so majestic. Watching them is just like an art on its own. You could literally sit here for like hours on end just watching them and seeing exactly what they're doing. This is how determined Leanne is to see the leopard.
I want to see if I can see him through the floorboards.
Can you see him through there?
I can't see him, but I can see his little cage. But apparently we're going to see the little leopard.
The tour guide just told us to come and he's opened up one of the gates to go and see the leopard. I hope it's not the actual gate of the leopard, but let's see. This is the gate that he opened in order for us to go through. Oh, there's the lion. He's just stood up. Okay, let's carry on. We're literally behind the cage of the leopard. I think he's in there. Wow, do you hear it? He's quite scary. We're inside the leopard's encounter now. I don't know if I want to get that close. She doesn't look too happy. She was. Wow, that was an experience. I thought that it was actually going to come straight for us, but my gosh, my heart was pulsating when that happened.
That roar just like, sure, gives you such a fright. But shame the leopard was missing one of its paws. I think it was the front left paw, apparently from poachers, so I guess that is why she wasn't very happy that we were there, and also because she was sick. I think we were disturbing her, so
it was nice to be that close, but at the same time, no thank you. I'm okay being on the other side of the fence, that's for sure.
Never want to encounter one of those.
Yeah, no. I don't know what's wrong with the rhino, but he seems just to be walking in circles and circles and circles the whole time. He doesn't seem to be chained around the tree or anything like that, and I don't think a tree could contain his strength. Or I don't know, he's just maybe bored out of his mind in these small enclosures, but we know it's for their own safety, otherwise in the wild they would not survive. Oh, it's right here by me. See the tracks of it walking in circles the whole entire time. I wonder if that's a sign of boredom or frustration from the rhino being in such a small enclosure. They say it's for the safety of them, but sometimes I just don't know, because I think these rhinos and sometimes even the lions and the leopards would be able to survive, and the cheetahs would be able to survive in the wild, because that's what the wild is about. They live there. This is just nature. So to keep them in here, I'm not so sure if they're just trying to make money off tourists and stuff like that. because it is quite sad to see them in these types of enclosures.
Yeah, you would think that they would rehabilitate them and send them back to a game reserve, but it doesn't look like some of them have been rehabilitated. We are kind of in two minds about facilities like these. On the positive side, we are happy to support these places because we know that animals that are injured and hurt or orphaned would not be able to survive in the wild by themselves. So us coming to these places help feed them and keep them alive. But on the other hand, we also see it as a money-making scheme, and perhaps some animals are not rehabilitated and they're kept here just for the money and the tourism part of it. So I'm not very happy as seeing like animals in such small cages.
Yeah. So if you guys would like to see these types of animals, we highly suggest that you, whole bunch of trees. We highly suggest that you actually go on a safari drive and on a game vehicle and actually see these animals that way. And if you guys would like to support these animals, rather pay to a wildlife trust fund. We forgot to say we're on the way to the airport. So let's go home.
And let's hope there's no more problems.
Oh,